Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, April 26th, 2017, Michigan's college football team, along with Coach Harbaugh and his wife, got to travel to the Vatican to meet Pope Francis. We're going to talk about what this ritual is really all about and why it seems favorable for Michigan to appear in a college championship next year. In case you're new to my channel, I have a little playlist linked in the description about Pope Francis and rigged collegiate and professional sports. I've been explaining for a number of years how sports are rigged, they're rigged by the numbers, and lo and behold, it has a whole lot to do with the Catholic Church. Think about how many professional athletes go to Catholic and Jesuit high schools in this nation. If you're not aware, start looking at the players and then start, looking at where they went to school. You'll see. It's overwhelming. The Catholics have a lot to do with the world of rigged sports, collegiate and professional. So, this meeting happened yesterday, April 26th, 2017, the 67th day of the year. Italy has the gematria of 67 where the Vatican is. Headline: Michigan's Jim Harbaugh receives marching orders from Pope Francis. Marching orders. Anytime you see the media emphasize a phrase like this, they're communicating something to you. So out of our base methods that we want to look at, some interesting numbers here. The 80 really pops out. Pope Francis is currently 80 years old. The 152, we're going to talk about why it sticks out so much. 226 is a number connected to Saturn and keeping of time. It's the 152 that's really important here, though. Michigan has the gematria of 152, like marching orders, like Holy Father, what the name of the Pope is. And if you read the articles, Jim Harbaugh and his wife referred to him as the Holy Father. They said meeting him was just like meeting Jesus Christ. For the record, Holy Father also has gematria of 44, like Michigan, like champions. We'll see. Michigan's football team has already won 11 championships. Could they win a 12th later this year? The reporting: Vatican City. Pope Francis walked down a receiving line in St. Peter's Square toward Michigan football coach Jim Harbaugh and his wife, Sarah. She was overwhelmed. She couldn't breathe. She felt like she was looking at Jesus Christ, at least as close as you can get to it on earth. She started to back away, to rescind into the background, and thought about looking at him from afar. There was a little bit of a gap, she said, and he looks at me. Pope Francis motioned for Sarah Harbaugh to come forward. I said, Papa Francis, I love you. You are beautiful. Sarah Harbaugh said, he's absolutely beautiful. His smile, his eyes, it's just breathtaking. Pope Francis grabbed her hands and looked in her eyes. He said, pray for me, don't forget, Sarah Harbaugh said. He's looking in my eyes, don't forget. I was still holding his hands and I kissed his hands. I had to kiss him. Interesting that he asked her to pray for him. We might find out why later this year. Anyhow, Vatican City, where the Vatican is, also has gematria of 46. Like Michigan, like religion, like Catholic, also like champions. In the story, it's reported that they gave him Air Jordan 5s. I guess they received Air Jordan 5s when they lost at the Orange Bowl earlier this year. Remember also, I just talked about how rigged the college basketball tournament was. Before it began, I said why I liked North Carolina to beat Gonzaga in the championship, how it would be a Jesuit ritual synced up with Villanova, the Catholic school, beating North Carolina a year earlier. Go back and see my videos. Before the tournament began, I talked about all this. The rigging with the Catholic Church, sports, North Carolina, how North Carolina had a major parallel to Michael Jordan, who turned 54 this year, how Jordan was releasing his new North Carolina shoes right after the championship. Anyway, Air Jordan 5s, I think this is all part of the ritual, and North Carolina having just won the college championship over the Catholic school. With regards to this 46, the name Jim Harbaugh also has gematria of 199, which is the 46th prime number. 46th prime number. Remember, the name Tom Brady equals 46 like Patriots. Tom Brady was the 199th pick of the draft. 199, the 46th prime. I have a video from last year about Jim Harbaugh and Tom Brady playing catch on the date with 46 numerology. The Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl. Is it going to be Jim Harbaugh's turn this year in college football? We'll see. This article, it really mainly focuses on Pope Francis and Sarah Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh's wife. Sarah Harbaugh has gematria 59, like Pope Francis, like St. Peter's Square. This blog post is linked in the description with the playlist. If you come down here and watch this video, this is my video from 2015 when Pope Francis was in the U.S. He did a parade of New York, and it ended right at 59th Street. 59th Street. Not by coincidence. 59 is also the 17th prime number. You know, Michigan's going to meet Pope Francis beginning of 2017. College football, the 2017 season ahead, how favorable will it be for Michigan? Well, pay attention. When the season comes along, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to measure from April 26th, the day of this meeting, to the dates of the games. Opening game, week 2. Just watch. You're going to see synchronicities with the scores in the Michigan football games and this meeting with the Pope. And just understand, I'm not guaranteeing that Michigan's going to the championship this year. I haven't done enough homework. But these are the type of rituals you look for. We'll see what happens. Just take notes. That's what I do. I document and I take notes, and I share the information with people who appreciate it. For the record, the name Sarah also has gematria 47, like Vatican, like Christian, like authority, special number. Sarah Harbaugh also has gematria of 113. Reminds me of Jackie Kennedy, who once met with the Pope for 33 minutes on March 11th or 11/3, not long before the assassination of JFK by the numbers. You never seen my work on 187 and the JFK assassination, you better check it out. This tweet right here, coming at 9:22 a.m., I just said, is that a coincidence? Because in 2015, when Pope Francis arrived in the U.S., he arrived on September 22nd. September 22nd. Let's read a little bit more of the reporting. She laughed, in regards to Sarah Harbaugh, a momentary exhale that was full of disbelief, awe, and amazement. I just felt overwhelmed, she said. His eyes were desperation. Please pray for me. I never thought about that he needed prayers, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray for him every day. She saw pain in the Pope's eyes. He's got the weight of the world. All of these different countries come to him for spiritual guidance, Sarah Harbaugh said. He feels all of that. He carries the pain, the fighting, the wars. You could just see the pain in his eyes. Jim Harbaugh noticed the same thing. There is a pain there, Harbaugh said. There is so much injustice in the world, poverty and war. You can tell and feel that he feels that. The rest was a blur, Jim Harbaugh remembers, shaking hands with the Pope. He said a prayer with us, said Harbaugh said. I don't remember exactly, but he held both of our hands, and then Jim said, regalo, regalo, which is a gift in Spanish. We're going to talk about that phrase, regalo, regalo. Just understand this whole thing about, how he feels the weight of the world and the pain. This is all bullshit. Pope Francis is a Masonic gangster, a thug, a sellout to humanity, someone that goes before, the podiums and the TV and speaks that soft little voice like he's some caring man. This person is a villain. This is someone that knows the sports are wasting everyone's time. There's nothing in this world wasting more people's time than sports, truly. Imagine each game, how many millions of eyes, how many hours are wasted out of humanity with every single sports game. And think about how many sports games there are. Just think about it. Instead of the manpower, using their time to advance themselves, to increase knowledge, to study what's really going on in this world with all the wrongdoing in war, which the Catholic Church has so much blood on its hands. Instead of doing that, they're wasting their time watching these rigged sports games, which the Pope is condoning, and telling people, oh, we need to protect sports worldwide because there's this creeping corruption influence. Sports have been rigged for a century across the globe. Anyway, regalo has gematria of 64, what they called out, just like Michigan, and regalo also sums to 116. This meeting was April 26th. The 116th day of the year, The word powerful equals 116. The word country. They said that they gave him a Michigan helmet and the Nike shoes, the Jordans, the Jordan Air 5s, and they said on the helmet they put number 266. The reason they did that is because Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. See my video when Pope Francis met with Obama on September 23rd, the 266th day of the year. The date September 23rd in most parts of the world is written 23/9, a lot like 239. 239 is the 52nd prime number. The word Pope equals 52, the word President 52, White House 52, Government 52, the Pope meeting with the President, the 266th Pope on the 266th day of the year that corresponds so perfectly. This is how every day is for Pope Francis in this Masonic world order that we see through the TV. Everything they do is by the numbers. Every single thing. Perfectly planned out, synced up with what's next to come in their ongoing rituals by the numbers. Writes here about how they got the Nike shoes, the Jordans at the Orange Bowl. For the record, with regards to all this 52, Wolverines also has Gematria 52 like Pope. The name Harbaugh also has Gematria 42 like Jesuit. Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope. With regards to them referring to him as Your Holiness, that has Gematria of 144 like Jesuit order. See my work on the Villanova Championship, which was synced up with the Pope leaving the U.S. on the Jesuit order's birthday. The star point guard for Villanova played in his record-setting 144th straight game, winning the championship on April 4th. If you write out April 4th, it sums to 144. If you write out 44, it sums to 144. Remember, Villanova won by 44 over Oklahoma in the Final Four, also a record. See the 33-day Pope who was murdered on the Jesuit order's birthday and died on a date with 44 numerology. So you can go back and read the rest of this article. Just for the sake of time, let me skip to what's good here. Jim Harbaugh, currently 53 years old when he meets. Jim Harbaugh equals 53 like religion, like Catholic is 35, the reflection of 53. We've had one Catholic president, JFK the 35th. Here's Pope Francis, 80 years old, where we started with the marching orders. Think about football and Hail Mary. Hail Mary and touchdown, by the way, both sum to 42. Your history of rigged Hail Marys from college to pro football, almost all of them have to do with 42. From the 42-yard line, the down 4th and 2, number 42. Go back and check it out. Happens again and again. I've said that many times, and since saying that, we've seen more and more 42-related Hail Marys. The most recent was the NFC playoff game, Packers and Giants, 4th and 2 from the 42. Aaron Rodgers throws a Hail Mary to close out the half touchdown. Complete joke. And Joe Buck and Troy Aikman building it up before it happened, saying how he's the best in the game at the Hail Mary. Just a completely stupid comment. There's no such thing as being the best at the Hail Mary. It's about throwing the ball up and praying it gets caught by your receiver. There's no skill to that. It's all rigged. Go watch that clip from the playoff game. The Giants didn't even try to defend it. Complete joke. If anyone thinks pro sports are real or college sports, I'm sorry. I mean, your IQ must be so low. My goodness. Also, if you write out 42, it sums to 74, just like college football, just like Jesus Christ, just like Jesus, like cross, like Messiah, like gospel, like parables, like Masonic, like Jewish, like occult, like Lucifer, like holiday, like Independence Day, like English, like Gematria, alphabetic order, special number. Jim Harbaugh in Gematria, to close, also sums to 98. The word religion's 89. The reflection, King James is 89. Has a Bible named after him. King James, LeBron James, who played at a Catholic high school, won the championship on the real King James's birthday last year. Chosen equals 98. Chosen 1 equals 98. National Basketball Association equals 98. What's stamped on LeBron's back. But notice, Jim Harbaugh 98, Michigan Wolverines 98, Champions 98. There's always a connection between the college season and the pro season in all sports. Baseball, basketball, football. Always a connection. The upcoming NFL season is the 98th season. For the record, Tom Brady equals 98, Patriots 98, New England Patriots 98. I'll link this calculator down below so you can verify all these things. Very simple here. Tom Brady, 98. Patriots, 98. New England Patriots, 98. You see? You write out 42, it sums to 74. The New Testament equals 42. 42 generations to Jesus. And again, Jesus, 74. Just like Jesus Christ, also 74. You see how it goes? Touchdown 42. Think about your football on Sunday. Bible Day. The Wolverines, they lost this past year in the Orange Bowl. Perhaps redemption this coming season after meeting with the Pope. Also down below, I'm going to link this recent blog post on Bill O'Reilly getting fired and meeting with the Pope the same day, not by coincidence. The Pope participates in these Masonic rituals by the numbers because he is a Mason. Here's the Pope before he was the Pope doing the Masonic pose, the hidden hand. Remember, Freemason, sums to 42, just like Jesuit. And the Jesuits are the Masonic order within the Catholic Church. Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope, also has an 84 birth numerology. Remember, the United States of America, when it was a new nation, a big part of it was under the rule of the Catholic colony, you see? Notice the 132. Check out the gematria of Catholic Church. Also 132. You see? See my work on Madeleine McCann, who's making a lot of headlines right now in 132. Madeleine McCann, another Catholic-related story. And, you know, just on that point, there's an HBO show right now about how the Catholic Church, it's called The Young Pope, how the Catholic Church gets all these young children and then raises them to be things. I think this is a big part of the reason the Catholic Church has so much control over the world of sports. You know, they're controlling a lot of children throughout the world. You know, they're in a position to farm people to be what they want them to be. So everything's linked below in the description. Watch at least the first video of this playlist. It's a good one. Until next time, True Seekers.